Hey folks, so the boss fights in Enshrouded are no joke, especially if you're playing solo. And guess what? I'm playing solo. So in this video, I'm going to talk about how to defeat the Wispwyvern dragon boss in Enshrouded. You will have to go through Pike's Mead, which is the capital. There you will collect a ton of lore, fell a couple of shroud roots, and find a bunch of different chests. My recommendation is to get through Pike's Mead and then place an altar on the hilly part outside of the capital, just to the east of the castle where the Wyvern is. That way you can travel back to your base and replenish your supplies without having to go through Pike's Mead again. Now, you will need a bow and a melee weapon to complete this fight, as the best way to complete this fight is to switch between using your bow and melee. I'll elaborate more on that when we are actually in the arena. If you are using a bow, I would recommend a bow that has the 0.6 second draw speed, as you will be able to squeeze in more attacks than if you were to select a 1 second draw speed bow. But there are other things to consider too, like the stamina cost, durability, and whether or not you upgraded / enhanced the bow. This is true for the melee weapon as well. When selecting your arrows, choose something like the copper arrows, because these arrows will actually stun the Wyvern, whereas something like the explosive arrows won't. If you go into the arena planning to fight with the explosive arrows, the fight will last in upwards of 20 minutes and you'll blow through a ton of resources. So either way is fine, but if you want to conserve your resources and make the fight not last as long, then go with something like the copper arrows. Next, make sure your skills are up to date, and I'll just use this time as a reminder that you can individually change your skills if you want to. Just keep in mind that you can't reset skills that are dependent on other skills, so you kind of have to start from the center and then work your way out. Or if you just want to scrap everything and start fresh, you can reset all of your skills as long as you have the runes. As far as other supplies go, you'll want to bring meat to increase your constitution, pet one of your dogs or cats to get a health boost, take something to help you with your stamina, and then eat whatever food will give you a buff for your weapon of choice. You can bring the bandages if you want, but you definitely want to bring the health potions, as these will heal you immediately, and you want that immediate response. I also brought along some summoning vessels. These vessels will help you deal with the buggers that hatch when it's the best opportunity to attack the Wyvern. Once you feel like you're set, fast travel back to the altar by Pike's Mead. The Wyvern has a sequence of attacks. First, he spits out these blue flame balls all around the arena. Then he blows out a flame, jumps across the arena somewhere, and then spits out the blue flame balls again. In between these attacks, there are about 5 seconds of reprieve. You can use this time to bandage up with plain bandages if you want to conserve your large health potions, or squeeze in an attack. While the attacks are happening, you should be just fine dodging them as long as you keep moving. You don't have to run and drain your stamina, just do the normal pace jog. The worst attack in terms of health damage is the jump attack. This attack deals a lot of damage and it stuns you for a few seconds. After the second round of spitting out the blue flame balls, he then breathes in for about 10 seconds. During this time, he summons those pesky bugs and they go after you. It may take a couple of shots, but use your bow to stun the Wyvern. Then switch over to the melee weapon, run up to him, and start attacking. You will likely be able to fit in 3 to 4 melee attacks, killing some bugs in the process before it's time to bust a move again. You can also throw some summoning vessels to prevent the bugs from accumulating. In watching the playthrough, I was wondering if the vessels attack the Wyvern at all, and it looks like they do. You can tell because his meter lights up when you are attacking, but their damage is pretty minuscule. Not to mention they do appear to be able to stun him. Once you get down a pattern that works, just keep moving in between attacks. Don't let your health get too low, and you will defeat the Wyvern. That's gonna do it for today, folks. My name is Heather, and thank you so much for letting me put my game on for you. I stream every Wednesday and Sunday, so join in on the stream and hang out for a bit. Join the Discord and like and subscribe if you want to hear more from me. Bye!